Not all royals seem to love Australia. Harry and Meghan said that their 2018 visit changed everything. Did Australia break them?
No, I don't think Australia broke them. I think they loved Australia, and I think Australia responded to them. Bear in mind, in those very early days of Meghan and Harry, Meghan got an incredible reception from the public, both at home and abroad. She was literally, I mean, if Diana had been a breath of fresh air, you can multiply that by 2 for Meghan for all sorts of reasons. She was seen as a very, very exciting future royal. Well, she was a current royal, but, you know, representing the future of the royal family. The problem with Harry and Meghan's tour of Australia, as far as they were concerned, was that it was a massive success. In Meghan's terms, it was a smash hit. People loved them. Wherever they went, they loved Australia. The trouble was, it didn't get any recognition. When they got back, you know, there were no trumpets, there was no fanfare. They just came back, and as far as palace officials were concerned, hey, it's another royal tour. You did fine. You did a good job. It's what expected of you. And listen, next week you're going to open up a library somewhere in the Midlands of Britain, and it is going to be a bit rainy and wet, and it won't take long, but there you go. So, you know, it gave Meghan a taste of the more glamorous and exciting side of royal life. And I think she and Harry had expected that they would get much more praise and recognition from that tour. And in fact, according to them, all they got was resentment. Meghan wasn't praised for being so popular. The palace machine began actually to resent her. So in the same way that it was a watershed, if you like, for Charles and Diana, so it was for Harry and Meghan.
The year was 2018, a year that would be etched in the annals of history for many reasons, but none more captivating than the royal tour that was about to unfold. Excitement crackled in the air. The anticipation was palpable, as if the entire world was holding its breath, waiting for a glimpse of the royal couple. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and his new bride Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, were embarking on their first official tour as a married couple. This was not just any tour. It was a journey that symbolized a new chapter for the British monarchy. Their destination? Australia, the land down under, a place known for its stunning landscapes, unique wildlife, and vibrant culture. A nation known for its laid-back attitude and love of all things royal. Australians had always had a special place in their hearts for the British monarchy, and this visit was no exception. From the moment their plane touched down, they were met with a tidal wave of enthusiasm. The excitement was infectious, spreading like wildfire through the streets and homes of Australia. Crowds lined the streets, eager for a glimpse of the newlyweds. The atmosphere was electric. People of all ages, from children to the elderly, gathered to witness this historic moment. Harry and Meghan had arrived. Their presence was like a breath of fresh air, bringing a sense of renewal and hope to the people. Australians, known for their down-to-earth nature, seemed instantly charmed by the couple. Their genuine warmth and openness resonated deeply with the crowd. Harry, with his mischievous grin and easygoing demeanor, had always been a favorite. His ability to connect with people on a personal level made him a beloved figure. And Meghan, the American actress who had captured his heart, brought a breath of fresh air to the monarchy. Her grace, intelligence, and compassion were evident in every interaction. She was beautiful, intelligent, and compassionate. Her presence was a testament to the changing face of the monarchy, one that was more inclusive and modern. The tour was off to an incredible start. Each event, each interaction, was meticulously planned and executed, leaving a lasting impression on everyone they met. Little did anyone know it would become a pivotal moment in royal history, a moment that would be remembered for its significance and impact on the future of the monarchy, a moment that would forever change the lives of Harry and Meghan and send shockwaves through the very foundations of the British monarchy. Their journey was not just a tour, it was the beginning of a new era, one that would redefine what it meant to be royal in the modern world. From the outset, Harry and Meghan's approach to their royal duties differed markedly from the traditional, often reserved demeanour of the British royal family. Their visit to Australia was a testament to this refreshing change. Unlike the usual formalities and rigid protocols, Harry and Meghan brought a breath of fresh air with their genuine interactions and heartfelt engagements. They exuded a warmth and spontaneity that resonated deeply with Australians. The couple's ability to connect on a personal level was evident in every interaction. Whether it was a casual chat with a local farmer or a heartfelt conversation with a community leader, Harry and Meghan made everyone feel seen and heard. Gone were the stiff upper lips and formal handshakes. Instead, they embraced a more relaxed and approachable demeanour. Their hugs, handshakes, and high fives were not just gestures but symbols of their genuine interest in the people they met. In their place were genuine smiles, heartfelt hugs, and a willingness to engage with people from all walks of life. This approach was a stark contrast to the often distant and formal interactions typically associated with royalty. Harry and Meghan's ability to break down these barriers made them incredibly popular among Australians. They seemed truly interested in the people they met, listening intently to their stories and sharing their own experiences with refreshing candour. This mutual exchange of stories and experiences created a bond that went beyond the usual royal engagements. It was a connection based on mutual respect and understanding. Their genuine warmth was infectious. It spread through the crowds, creating an atmosphere of joy and camaraderie. People felt comfortable around them, and this comfort translated into memorable interactions and lasting impressions. They connected with people on a personal level, breaking down the barriers that often separate royalty from the public. This connection was not just superficial, it was deep and meaningful. Harry and Meghan's ability to relate to people from all walks of life made them stand out. Meghan, with her natural empathy and ability to connect with people from all backgrounds, was particularly adept at this. Her genuine interest in people's lives and her willingness to share her own experiences made her relatable and approachable. She spoke openly about her own experiences, her struggles, and her triumphs. This openness was a breath of fresh air and resonated deeply with Australians. They saw in her a reflection of their own values of authenticity and openness. This vulnerability resonated with Australians, who saw in her a reflection of their own values of authenticity and openness. Meghan's ability to be vulnerable and honest about her journey made her a beloved figure in Australia. The couple's genuine affection for each other was also evident. Their public displays of affection, while a departure from traditional royal protocol, were a testament to their strong bond and love for each other. They held hands, exchanged loving glances, and supported each other throughout the tour. This visible support and affection only endeared them further to the Australian public. It was clear that their relationship was built on mutual respect and love. This public display of affection, while a departure from traditional royal protocol, only endeared them further to the Australian public. Their love and support for each other were evident in every interaction, making them a beloved couple in the eyes of Australians. Their visit to Australia was not just a royal tour, it was a journey of connection, understanding, and mutual respect. Harry and Meghan's ability to break down barriers and connect with people on a personal level made their visit memorable and impactful. They left a lasting impression on the hearts of Australians, who saw in them a reflection of their own values and spirit. As they waved goodbye to the crowds, it was clear that Harry and Meghan had made a significant impact. Their warmth, spontaneity, and genuine interest in the people they met had left an indelible mark on Australia. They had not just visited, they had connected, and in doing so, they had won the hearts of many. Their departure was met with cheers and well wishes, a testament to the deep connection they had forged with the Australian people. Harry and Meghan's visit to Australia was a shining example of how genuine warmth and spontaneity can bridge gaps and create lasting bonds. As the plane took off, the smiles and waves from both Harry and Meghan and the Australian crowd were a fitting end to a tour that had been marked by genuine connection and heartfelt interactions. It was a reminder that at the heart of every royal duty is the simple act of connecting with people. and Harry and Meghan had done just that, leaving behind a legacy of warmth and spontaneity down under. The Royal Walkabout, a time-honored tradition where members of the royal family greet the public, took on a new dimension with Harry and Meghan. They eschewed the formality of these events, opting instead for genuine interaction. They lingered longer, listened more intently, and engaged in conversations that went beyond the usual pleasantries. They were particularly drawn to young people, spending time with school children, aspiring athletes, and Indigenous communities. Their interactions with Indigenous Australians were particularly poignant. They listened with respect and humility to stories of their culture, their history, and their struggles. Meghan, with her passion for social justice, was visibly moved by the challenges faced by Indigenous communities. She spoke out about the importance of reconciliation and the need to address past injustices. This willingness to engage with difficult issues, to listen and learn, further solidified their connection with the Australian people. The tour was more than just a series of photo opportunities. It was a genuine attempt to connect with people from all walks of life. As Harry and Meghan's popularity soared in Australia, whispers of discontent began to surface from Buckingham Palace. The young couple, with their fresh approach and modern sensibilities, were a breath of fresh air to many. Their charm and relatability resonated deeply with the public, especially in Australia, where they were greeted with open arms and enthusiastic cheers. However, this newfound adoration was not without its consequences. The couple's modern approach, their willingness to break with tradition, and their undeniable charisma were seen as a threat by some within the rigid hierarchy of the monarchy. Their actions, though well-intentioned, were perceived as a challenge to the established norms that had governed the royal family for centuries. Harry and Meghan's ability to connect with people on a personal level, their openness, and their genuine interest in the lives of ordinary citizens stood in stark contrast to the often aloof and distant demeanor traditionally associated with the royals. The old guard, steeped in centuries of tradition, viewed their informal style with suspicion. To them, the monarchy was an institution built on a foundation of time-honored customs and rituals. Any deviation from these practices was seen as a potential threat to the stability and continuity of the royal family. The older members of the family, who had spent their lives upholding these traditions, found it difficult to accept the changes that Harry and Meghan represented. There were murmurs of disapproval, veiled criticisms in the press, and a palpable sense of unease within the royal household. The British tabloids, always eager for a sensational story, began to publish articles hinting at discord within the palace walls. Headlines speculated about the growing rift between the young couple and the rest of the royal family. Palace insiders, speaking on condition of anonymity, described a tense atmosphere, with staff members unsure of how to navigate the changing dynamics. The palace machinery, accustomed to controlling the narrative around the royal family, seemed caught off guard by the overwhelmingly positive response to Harry and Meghan. The couple's ability to generate goodwill and positive publicity was unprecedented. The traditional methods of managing the royal image, which had served the family well for generations, suddenly seemed outdated and ineffective. The palace's attempts to maintain a unified front were increasingly challenged by the couple's independent actions and the public's enthusiastic response. The couple's popularity, their ability to connect with people on a personal level, threatened to upset the established order. Their approach to royal duties, which emphasized empathy, compassion, and direct engagement, was a stark departure from the more formal and reserved style of their predecessors. This shift in approach was not only a reflection of their personal values, but also a response to the changing expectations of the public. In an era where authenticity and relatability were increasingly valued, Harry and Meghan's approach resonated deeply with many. The Queen, while publicly supportive of her grandson and his wife, was reportedly concerned about the speed and scale of their popularity. As the head of the family and the institution, she understood the importance of maintaining a delicate balance between tradition and modernity. The rapid rise of Harry and Meghan's popularity, while beneficial in some respects, also posed a risk to the cohesion and stability of the royal family. The Queen's support for the couple was genuine, but it was tempered by a cautious awareness of the potential challenges their approach could bring. The stage was set for a clash of values, a conflict between the old and the new, between tradition and modernity. This tension was not just about personal differences, but also about the future direction of the monarchy itself. The royal family, an institution that had evolved over centuries, was now facing a pivotal moment. The choices made in response to this internal conflict would have far-reaching implications for the monarchy's role in the modern world. The Australian tour, initially intended to strengthen the monarchy's ties with one of its most important realms, was inadvertently exposing the cracks within the institution itself. What was meant to be a celebration of royal unity and continuity had become a catalyst for introspection and re-evaluation. The enthusiastic reception of Harry and Meghan highlighted the potential for a more modern and inclusive monarchy, but it also underscored the challenges of navigating such a transformation. As the tour came to an end, it was clear that the whispers of discontent were not just fleeting murmurs, but a sign of deeper, more profound changes on the horizon.